So can you summarize in a nutshell some of the key recommendations put forward by the expert group on technological infrastructures?
Sure. So the main objective of the expert group was to think about the concept for a European policy for technology infrastructures. We don't have such a policy. We have a policy on research infrastructures for 20 years, and we see that there is an important gap to address the technology infrastructure dimension, which is supporting specific technology developments in the EU. As we don't have that policy, we asked the expert group, we brought together member states, research and technology organizations, industry, to think with us, together with us, on what could be the main elements for such a policy. And the recommendations from the group are quite clear. There are 5 main recommendations. First of all, they speak about conceptualization of technology infrastructure, so developing a definition, agreeing on the definition with the member states, with the stakeholders, and then using the definition in key policy documents, both at European and national level. This is crucial to have a common understanding, otherwise it's very difficult to develop something together. And then there are quite specific recommendations on how to organize the management of the policy and its main components. And these relate to access to technology infrastructures, how to overcome the barriers to access that we have found, how to support access at EU level as well, how to organize the governance at EU level so that we could have a space where we would together discuss and decide on the main priorities, how to then follow up these investment priorities with specific funding, how to deal with different challenges that we see related to implementation of state aid rules, implementation of investments in line with the state aid rules, and also other obstacles that exist, and how to work between the horizontal level coordination and the need to actually have actions in some specific technology areas and in which bodies that already exist to use in order to make that implementation. So this reflection actually will serve us in the Commission to develop a European strategy for research and technology infrastructures, because one of the main messages is that we should look at the ecosystem holistically. And we hope that with the next multi-annual financial framework we'll also be able to organize appropriate support for the implementation of that policy, and we'll have the buy-in of all the organizations that also want to work closely with industry so that whatever we do on technology infrastructures meets the needs of the main users.
Okay, I was just hoping that they wouldn't come to this door. And in your opinion, what are the key challenges in aligning the EU-level infrastructure strategies with specific needs of regional and national infrastructure projects, and how can these challenges be overcome?
It's a very good question. It's not necessarily easy to reconcile the needs of the local and regional ecosystems with the EU needs. I think that the main perspective that we need to take is that there are a lot of investments going on in infrastructures at local and regional level. And these infrastructures are there to serve local and regional needs. But we cannot expect that in every region, in every town, you will have the infrastructures that will be able to support everybody. So I think that this is the main added value of working at the EU level, that we need to create a system in which these infrastructures can actually reinforce each other. The capacities that exist in different regions, in different countries, can strengthen each other so that the users, the companies, can actually use infrastructures that are beyond their local community. And this would bring both benefits for the infrastructures themselves, because their horizon would be broader, they would be able to team up with other infrastructures and strengthen their own services and strengthen their also customer base, and also beneficial for companies, because the companies that are created in certain region would be able to benefit from services that are available elsewhere that may be more suitable to their needs and would prevent, for example, relocation to another region. Because what we see is that, and we've done some studies on this, there is a very strong correlation between the existence of infrastructures and the companies in a specific technology area. And I think that this is something that we need to break down a little bit, because with that there are many areas in Europe where there are no companies in specific technologies because they are not supported by the infrastructures. And we should actually be able to have a system in which if a good idea is developed around Porto and you don't have infrastructures that would support that idea, they could actually, that kind of ideas, that kind of company, a startup, would be able to benefit from services provided elsewhere without actually relocating to that area. And that's true, of course, for many, especially less advanced regions across the EU. So our aim is to indeed reconcile these needs so that at the European level we have an efficient system of support to industries that are developed in different kinds of areas and in different kinds of technologies, and they can be supported with any infrastructure that actually exists in the EU without additional investments needed at local level.